Hello everyone, I'm Yen of Baybayan Brand Design and Strategy. So for this afternoon, because it's afternoon here, I'm gonna teach you how to brand your Instagram grid. Okay, before anything else, I'm not sure if if you're familiar with me or if you have watched my previous videos, but I'm Yen Olay from the Philippines, from Cavite, Philippines, and I am a UX designer, practicing it for I think 2 years, but I started as a web designer and graphic designer since 2015. So it's 2020 now, so I've been doing a lot and juggling a lot of things for 5 years. Are you excited? Are you looking forward? Let's get into it. There's two parts that I am going to tackle in regards to our topic. First is the things that you would need to consider. Sorry, and then second is how to do a 9 tile branding. Like if you're seeing it, it's like the first 9 tile was branded. Or are you familiar with like the puzzle like feed or grid? So we'll also discuss how to do it later on. But now let's start with the things that you need to consider. Okay, for the first part, the things that you need to consider. I know you have something in mind when it comes to colors and fonts. So those are the two main things that you need to consider. If you are, and also it depends on your style, on the style that you wanted to put into your grid. Are you more of like images rather than just text, or are you a person who wants a lot of quotes and text in your grid, and it's like the image is gonna support your text? So it depends on the career or the profile that you wanted to build, because that's gonna be the base of your branding throughout the feed or the grid that you're gonna have. So with regards to the colors, I suggest that you have to at least have two colors and three maximum colors, including the white and the black. Why? Okay, the main goal here, and the word that I'm gonna speak about the whole time until the end of this video is the word consistency. Okay, that's the goal of every branding. You have to be consistent with the fonts, the colors. It's because, as the word says, branding. I'll give you a short definition of what branding is. The branding is not just your logo. The branding is not just your font or your color. The branding is the whole or the totality of your whole brand or your whole profile. It's like when you see one poster or one image, you'll the person or the audience that's gonna encounter it, the first thing that's gonna be on his or her mind is your profile or brand. Just like, for example, I'm gonna mention some of the famous brands that we just one glimpse we know that it's from that brand. Okay, one thing that that comes first to my mind is Starbucks. So when you see color green, that very distinct color green, that I don't know, I think for me it's dark and has like an ocean dark green. So once I saw that, and of course the mermaid, or I'm not really sure, but that their logo or the style of their cups, I'll know that it's from Starbucks. I'll know if the color, especially if the straw's color is color green. Or I'm not sure if in your continent or if in your region you're still using plastics, but in that case, most of the case, Starbucks is using color green straw. Yeah. So that's the example of the thing when I say about or talk about branding. There's a lot of information also. You can just search it on YouTube or Google it. You'll see a lot of things about branding. But for now, we're gonna talk about the branding of your feed. The next thing is the font. So the font that you're gonna use. I'm sure that for if you're watching here because you have a brand and also you wanted to highlight some of the pictures and you wanted to put text on it or have like a big font or text wherever or at the middle or at the top or at the bottom alongside with the image that you're gonna use. It's better if you have a consistent font. And why? Because it's gonna determine if it's from you or yeah, it will save a lot of time the next time you're going to curate a post for your feed. So yeah, font is also vital when it comes to branding of your feed. I'll cite an example in this here. Yeah. Okay. What I did here, I forgot to mention earlier that I'm gonna give an example of the project that I did like May of this year, starting May of this year. The profile is about self development. It's like a personal journal. It's like a personal space of this woman, my friend, which her name is Dayani, and she called her brand Dayani Online. So she wanted to have green colors and feminine, the touch of a feminine because she also has this strong personality. So of course, feminine font and yeah, something like an earthy tone or vibe across her feed. So I started with deciding two main factors, which is the font and the color. So these are the colors that she approved of, and of course the fonts that I suggested, and of course she approved of using across her feed. So what I did to this project is not just the logo. It's not just the logo. The logo is just something that she did not prioritize at first, but I also told her that it's important and she needs to use it. So yeah, I placed her. I also created her logo, but and she approved that she wanted to also use that, so that's not a problem. And then that's she agreed to post it first on her tile, the first tile that you will see at the. I think, oh sorry, I think it's gonna be here at the bottom right most part of this grid. So you will see that the logo comes first because she also wanted me to introduce her brand, how she wanted to be guided on how she would want to introduce her brand. So she wanted to introduce her brand as a self-development profile. She wanted to she also has this note that she doesn't want to feel pressured whenever she posts something or whenever she would schedule a post. She doesn't want anything of that. She just wanted her space to be personal, and it's like just an online journal, but it's more about discussing about self-development, everything that she learns about life. What else? Encounters of life that she wanted to share and that would give value to her audience. And of course, her being a working student, and yeah, she's really great at that. So you can check her out. Her name is Dayani Online, and her Instagram is Dayani Online. Dayani, Dayani's online space. Yeah. So forgot, sorry. And then yeah, for the first part I did the font and the colors that she would want to start with across her feed. So that's what I did. And then the next things to consider is the image filter and then the image presentation. Of course, this is Instagram, and Instagram started like a photo album of random things, and then we come to a generation or or a year where we wanted our feed to be branded or like consistent across the whole tile. So of course, there's gonna be images. There's gonna be a lot of it, and one thing that I've also thought about is, of course, how would you? I asked her, Dayani, how do you want your image to be filtered? So she just said that she just want everything to be green and earthy. So of course, it's a lot of work if you're gonna have like a complicated um, filter. So I agreed to that. As she mentioned it, she doesn't want a complicated one because she's not techie, or she doesn't have all the tools that you would need creating those kinds of things. So what I did is that you could stick to the natural vibe of the picture, or uh, whatever picture that you want. She just don't want any filter. She just want the background um, green or earthy. So what I did was, since she's gonna post a lot of pictures, and um, she only knew how to use Canva. I think she knew how to use Photoshop, but she's more comfortable in using Canva and just pasting the image there, downloading it and posting it, because she's more focused on the captions that she's gonna use, or she's gonna, of course, post about. She wants to talk about things, and then give one picture to present, that's gonna support her caption. So what I did is have her pictures in the middle, so that there's gonna be a lot of greens still on one tile whenever she posted something. And yeah, if you're familiar with baybayin, I also do baybayin. It's a Filipino script. Our ancestors used it when they transact before, and now I think it people in my country acknowledges it. So I'm really happy. I also teach baybayin. So yeah, it's really great to do baybayin in every design. So what I did is add baybayin as well to her feed. So it says there, it's the baybayin of her name, Dayani. So I just scribble and digitalize it, the Dayani part, and I also use that to her logo. I do a calligraphy and then do it on Adobe Illustrator, and then yeah, place the picture that she's gonna use. So I just put something like a square. Hey, you can put your pictures here, so that whenever she would use the template, she would just drag a picture. And because in Canva, if you have used it, there's like a guide, a purple ruler, where you can resize or adjust your image that you're gonna place on the bounds of that ruler. So yeah, it's easier for her to use it. So that's what we agreed on. And then but in this case, for the first 9 tile, we agreed that I'm also gonna um do the images for her. So yeah, that's what I did. And then that's gonna be for the image filter. And yeah, if you have another idea in mind, like if you wanted it to be the whole image, you could do so. Okay, it's your space, it's your account, it's your feed. We don't want to be what do you call that, limited to all the options. It's remember that you have to stick to the things that you wanted to have, because it's your personal space, because it's your brand. So it's you who would really uh, know it, who would really decide for it more than anyone. So yeah, you have the freedom. And then I also want to suggest, if you wanted to have a branding for the images, but it's up to you if you wanted to have, or if not, it's fine. I suggest using Adobe Lightroom. So I think it's famous now because most of the influencers and, yeah, commoners like me uses Adobe Lightroom for the preset. The preset is something, it's like the technical term of filter. I don't know, but we call it preset. So it's free. It's a mobile app. You can also do that in your with your fingertips. It can easily be downloaded from both App Store and Play Store. Next is the image presentation. Okay, for image presentation, I think I've mentioned it before. It's your option if you want it to be whole or at the middle. But for some, like this, wait, I'm not seeing myself. Like this, some of the example, they decided like a 9 tile grid, and then some of the people do things like the images are on the side, and then the quotations are on the middle, and then the text is on, and then another text on the side, just like mine. That's what I did with my feed. But a feed that they wanted to have like a puzzle kind of grid, so you can do that as well. It depends. As I've said before, it always depends on you. You know better than anyone what you would want to see in your grid. So it's your choice. And yeah, the next thing. Sorry, the second part of this is the layouting. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in continuation, but I think we're gonna need to talk about that on the second part, which is the layouting. So it's a 9 tile work. If your feed is empty, then you're off a good start. But what if you have a previous post that you don't want to delete? Hey, it's okay. Okay, you don't need to like delete all the most unforgettable moments or a legend or something in your feed. You just need to make sure, or you just need to learn how to build it. So yeah, let's dive into that. I have here I have listed here some of the free apps that you can download from Play Store or Google Play Store, Google Play Store, or App Store, tools or app that you can use in generating a 9 tile pic. So are you familiar with this kind of feed or grid? So if you are, it's like the whole picture sliced into 9 tile. Yeah, you could use some of these apps. But if not, if you wanted to have like a branded style, or just like what I did with Diane's, yeah, you could do that as well. So yeah, there's the tile. I will also include that on my website. I have listed it, all the notes. You can just go there, and I have listed it for you, even the images. And I would end it here. The key to have a good aesthetic and branded Instagram feed for your brand or your account is being consistent. As I've mentioned before, this is the thing that you will consider all throughout. And yeah, don't forget to enjoy the process. Don't forget to enjoy everything that you do, how you design, because I believe that the beauty of your feed should matter to no one first but you. Okay, you are the first audience of your feed. So if you have finished and come to this point of the video, I congratulate you for investing your time watching this, and thank you for watching this. For more information, I'm doing a lot of videos regarding about brand strategy and design. I help startups curate their brand, curate their collaterals on how they're gonna post it. I also do mentor or coaching for startups. So you go and message me at yen@baybayan.com, or just go into my website www.baybayan.com. Thank you and mabuhay!